Hi guys! This isn't a video I feel all too great making. As of recording this, it is November 28th, it's Black Friday. 2 days from now is the anniversary of Wish Part 1. And Part 2 is... well, it's going. I'll be real with y'all for a second. The release date has already been pushed back once, and I feel bad for saying that I may need to push it back again. This is no one's fault but my own, because I feel I bit off a lot more than I could chew in the time I gave myself. And a lot of other things have happened to slow things down that are beyond my control. One of the voice actors got sick and still can't record. One of my friends who helped out on part 1 ended up being unable to get stuff done, and I had to pull in another friend to ask for help way late into production, as well as a couple of other friends who just offered to help in general, and on top of everything else, I have a job now. So now I myself have less time to get things done, and we've still got 13 out of the 24 animatic segments to draw, as well as all the other supplementary art to get done, a whole song thingy I'm coordinating with a friend, not to mention editing the whole dang thing myself, and you know, it probably wasn't the smartest idea to promise this thing being out around Christmas time, because like, holidays are busy. So I had to come to a decision. Do I cut back on the vision I initially promised you guys, or do I take more time to get things done? And I'm going with the latter. And this time I am not telling you when I'm delaying it to. I know that's gonna suck for everyone who's been waiting for specific times for this thing to finally drop, but I feel like I'm gonna put myself into another trap if I just say when to expect it, because what happens if something else happens and I once again can't get it out by then? I'm doing the same thing that I did with part 1. It'll be out when it's out. I beg of you to please respect me about this decision. I don't want to compromise the final thing just to get it done faster, but I also acknowledge and am very grateful for the fact that you guys have been very understanding while patiently waiting for over a year for this thing to finally be done and just out already. So here's the first section of the part 2 video. For realsies this time. Enjoy! We cut to later. Asha and Chance have returned to Dahlia's house to get some rest by this point. Chance has a bunch of blankets around him since he's getting colder as his hair is changing color. We think that everyone has gone to bed by now, until Simon goes to blow out the candles in the living room. There he finds Asha around the dinner table, books strewn about.
How do you even fit that many books in your bag?
Oh, Simon, you startled me.
Simon quickly finds out what's going on. Asha is worried about Chance. He's dying the longer he stays on Earth, and she needs to figure out a way to help him for at least a little longer. But none of her books have much on stars, and prolonging someone's life isn't exactly something an apprentice sorcerer is just allowed to know.
And of course, there's not a thing about stars. Magnifico probably doesn't want to tell people anything except what he wants them to know.
Or what he wants them to think about stars.
I know how you feel.
About not finding books on what you need to know?
About wanting to help a loved one who's dying.
Oh, that's right. Your guys' parents. At least it's been a while, right? The pain's gone away.
It hasn't gone away, but it's gotten better. It's lessened. You know, there was a story they used to tell me and Dahlia back when we were little.
I don't think we have time for fairy tales, Simon.
It was a story about stars, so maybe it could help you guys.
Please go on with your fairy tale.
Mom and Dad used to tell us about the stars. The sky still had them when they were our age. They said it looked like staring into an ocean of lights.
Kinda like looking down at the lights in Rosas from up in the palace?
I'd imagine, though needs a lot less lamp oil to keep the lights on.
Right. How do the stars stay shining then?
Beats me. I never got a straight answer from Mom or Dad. They just told me that people used to wish on stars back home. That wishing made them burn brighter.
What's that supposed to mean?
I could ask the same, baby goat. I always thought it was more of an inspirational thing, you know? Making wishes and pursuing your dreams is the best way to make your family happy. Show them you have a life well lived and all that.
Before Asha can try and put 2 and 2 together, the door suddenly swings open. Green smoke billows in, snuffing all the candles, causing books to flip open, making ceiling fixtures swing, and waking everyone else in the house. Chance and the siblings are about to investigate, but immediately freeze in the doorway and stay hidden. Asha is immediately scared when she looks to see who's at the door. She's terrified. It's Magnifico, standing like Maleficent at Aurora's birthday party. And he comes inside like Maleficent too, complete with all the mannerisms. He plays coy, he acts all nice and worried for his daughter. He thought that Star had kidnapped her and that she was unsafe. How lucky that Simon and Dahlia were able to save her. A nice way of giving Asha an out instead of embarrassing her in front of her friends by admitting that she willingly ran away. Someone mentioned in part 1 that references to Disney's animated TV shows would also be fun to add, and let me just say, the moment I decided to make Magnifico Asha's dad, I fully planned to have his handling of Asha running away mirror Emperor Bellos. Right, spoilers for The Owl House, skip to here to avoid them. Alright, if you're still here and don't know, a lot of Bellos' villainy, aside from straight up wanting to genocide the entire Boiling Isles, involves everyone's favorite little goober, Hunter. After Hunter finds out the truth about his uncle, Bellos then decides that he has to die. Luckily, Luz is able to help him escape before anything like that happens, but Hunter then has to go on the run. But Bellos doesn't say it like it is, declaring Hunter a traitor of the crown or anything like that. I mean, he totally could do that, the people of the Isles revere him like a god. But Bellos wants to keep up the facade of being a kind and benevolent god to these people. So instead of that, Bellos plays the victim. His poor nephew is missing and he just wants him safe at home. We as the audience and the protagonists of the show know he won't be safe if he's brought home, but the people of the Isles don't know that. And Magnifico plays the same card here. Although I want to try and hint at it being at least a little genuine, it's not like he had a history of killing a bunch of Asha's predecessors like Bellos with the other Golden Guards. Magnifico just has his one daughter, and despite all of the horrible things he's said to her and all the scary things he's done to her, there's still something in there that still loves her. Right?
No, I'm not going with you.
Oh, come on, little Starlight.
Don't call me that.
Asha, you don't have to be scared anymore.
Scared of what? Of you? She already told us what you wanted to do to her, and we're not letting you take her.
What? I never tried to do anything to my own daughter. Are you kidding, Dahlia? Sure, she did something rather foolish, but I never hurt her.
But you'd hurt Chance, right? You only said me, not him.
That star beast needs to be dealt with, Starlight. I can't let him go gallivanting around, causing trouble.
He's not a danger to anyone. He's only my age. Why are you so afraid of him hurting me?
She makes a good point. Why are you scared of a kid?
Scared? Of a twinkly little child? How dare you?
Back off! Please?
Oh, Simon. I thought you at least would see my point of view. Recognize this?
That's my wish.
Yes, your wish that you gave to me for safekeeping, and to be the king's most valiant knight. What a beautiful wish it is. We all know, though, what happens to innocent wishes in this dangerous world. They get crushed.
Now, in the original film, when a wish is destroyed, nothing happens. The owner of the wish has a sudden feeling of grief, as if they've lost something dear to them, but they don't remember what their wish is, so they don't realize that their wish is gone. There's no stakes in this. Destroying the wish just makes you sad for a bit, and I know that sounds dismissive considering I just described it as grief, and Asha's mom in the original film is literally able to identify it as such, because it's implied she feels the exact same way she did when her husband died, but that's literally how it's played off for everyone else in the movie.
My love.
Asha's mother's wish gets destroyed by Magnifico, and she feels sad for, like, a little bit, and then later in the movie when she shows back up again, she seems fine, or at the very least she recovered quickly. I don't know, maybe because she's a widow, she's able to compartmentalize it more easily? Either way, we're not doing the grief thing. When Simon's wish is destroyed, he faints. Having the most fundamental part of him destroyed puts him into an enchanted slumber that Dahlia can't wake him up from. And while they're distracted trying to wake him up, Magnifico suddenly feels a burst of power from the wish. Perhaps we go full send with the Mother Gothel parallels and some of his gray hairs darken to indicate Magnifico regaining some youth or life force or something. Either way, this is how we as the viewer, if you didn't notice the hints, come to realize that this is what the stars must be using the wishes for. Granting a wish gives the stars power, it gives them life, it gives them magic. But Magnifico can't grant wishes, remember? He can only seal them away. And now he's discovered he can destroy them to get the same power a star would get from granting them. But as much as he is a man of magic, he is a man of alchemical science as well. Or at least I'd like to hint at it like they do in the original film. And like a good scientist, he needs to test this a second time, just to be sure. Now if only he could get that wish Asha had stolen from him.
What? Leave her alone!
Find them.
Now, in the original movie, Asha is the one to grab a cabinet and knock it over on top of Magnifico to buy them time to escape, and originally I was going to keep that as is, but the more I thought about this scene and the themes and story of this rewrite, I realized that it wouldn't work quite as well here. In this scene, everything is just kind of happening around Asha. There's fight, there's flight, and then there's freeze. And that's what Asha's doing once Magnifico makes his intentions clear after crushing Simon's wish. She was so ready to go up against her father when singing to Chance earlier that night, but the moment he shows up and exerts his power over her and her friends again, she suddenly can't do anything. The sequence during This Is the Thanks I Get was one thing, and that one she knew deep down he wasn't going to hurt them, just steal Dahlia's wish back and maybe discipline her, I don't know. There was still urgency, but it wasn't like he was hurting her or even had the capacity to hurt her, right? But now he's shown her that he does have the capacity to hurt her. Simon was just trying to keep her safe, and he just crushed his wish and doomed him to eternal slumber. Just like that. And now Asha's terrified to do anything. So, the siblings have to do something. The five of them and Valentino work together to knock over the cabinet and onto Magnifico, buying them enough time to flee the house. With Simon's unconscious body, which Asha helps with after Dahlia and Chance finally snap her out of her terrified stupor, the family runs off into the woods to try and lose Magnifico. I'm thinking we go full send with the Snow White references with Dahlia and her siblings. The trees look terrifying, everything is dark and shadowy, the green light coming off of Magnifico makes even more terrifying shapes to scare the children. The trees bend out of Magnifico's way. Eventually, they realize they can't run forever, and there's only so far they can go. Rosas isn't that big of an island after all. Chance spots a tree root and tells everyone to jump underneath it. He uses his star magic to make the plants obscure their hiding place, and just in time, Magnifico runs out to try and find them, but loses them. He tries to search for them, of course, but the kids all manage to keep quiet and stay hidden. Asha even goes as far as to throw her cloak over Chance to completely cover his light so there's no way Magnifico can spot them. And he doesn't. He's lost them, and he gets so frustrated that he decides to give up for now. But not before he ends the night by making a projection across all of Rosas.
Listen well, all you. There is a monster loose in Rosas, a troublesome beast from the stars, the same creature who has kidnapped my daughter, your dear princess Asha. Bring me this star and my daughter, and your wish will be granted. If anyone in Rosas dares to harbor this star and keep my daughter from me, you can consider your wish forfeit.